Indiana's new law, because back in 1993, then President Bill Clinton, he helped craft and pass a federal version of the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. Joining me now is the man who helped write that 1993 law, constitutional lawyer Michael Farris. Michael, how are you?
I'm great, Sean. Good to be with you.
Do you see a lot of distinctions and differences here?
There is no meaningful difference between the Indiana law and the federal RFRA, especially as interpreted by the Supreme Court in the Hobby Lobby case. Functionally, they're exactly the same.
All right, so we have 19 other states. Then we have Bill Clinton signing a federal law in '93. Obama, as a state senator, supporting a similar law in Illinois. Not exactly the same, but pretty similar. And now, why did Indiana have to bear the brunt of controversy on this when they were just following suit with what all these Democrats did?
I believe it to be a political crime of convenience. They were looking for something to advance their agenda, and the outrage that has come from the gay and lesbian community has been a very effective political tool. I'm really disappointed in what I'm hearing about the fix, because there was nothing wrong with the original law. Most of the claims about the law would keep you out of the Final Four basketball tournament and all that stuff was a bunch of nonsense. There's no possible way of using the law in most of the ways described. But when someone would be personally coerced to participate in a same-sex wedding ceremony, let's say as the photographer or the minister or something like that, then you could make a potentially valid claim under this law to say, you can't force me to participate in your ceremony. There are other alternatives for you, and the presence of other alternatives is crucial under religious freedom law.
All right, there's no reference in the law to sexual orientation at all. How has this evolved into somebody of religious faith can discriminate against somebody that's gay and lesbian? How did it make that evolution?
Well, there have been actual cases in Oregon where a baker didn't want to bake a cake for a same-sex ceremony. A florist in Richland, Washington didn't want to make flowers for a ceremony. A photographer in New Mexico, a farm couple in New York didn't want to rent their farm for such a ceremony. So there's been actual controversies between religious faith and
so if this
same-sex
is
marriages.
somebody's deeply held religious conviction, if that's their viewpoint, do they have the right to follow it to the point where it might discriminate against somebody who is part of a lifestyle that they disagree with?
I believe that they do have the right. And first of all, it is our first freedom. It is the bedrock of what it means to be an American. That's why people came here in the first place, was to escape religious persecution. Secondly, there are alternatives for these couples who want to do these other ceremonies. If there were no alternatives, it'd be a closer call. But I don't think it's a close call at all, because they're not being denied the opportunity to do what they want. They just want to force other people to engage in their ceremony, because what it is they don't want any American to be able to criticize their lifestyle as being immoral. This is the final way of crushing actual dissent.
All right, thanks, Michael, for being with us. Appreciate it. Now, a lot of left-wing pundits have been especially